I'm Catherine. I'm from Chicago Area Peace Action. Jack Kelly and I are the co-coordinators for our climate group. And today is focused obviously on the oil pipelines, but I want to mention two other things that are really important for us to share around and talk about in our communities. And that one is the liquid carbon dioxide pipeline that Navigator wants to build through Nebraska, Iowa, Wisconsin, and 1,300 miles through Illinois. There are other liquid carbon dioxide pipelines built around the country. One of them in Mississippi already leaked, and when liquid carbon dioxide leaks, it is an asphyxiant. So people in the near area cannot run away, they can't breathe, and their cars won't work. It's dangerous. But bigger than that even is the fact that they call this carbon capture, utilization, and storage. Congress has bought in. They are giving billions of our tax dollars to these companies, thinking that this is the way to suck carbon out of the air and get it in the ground. That's not the story. What they're going to do is put it in the wells, and then they're going to sell it to oil and gas companies to use for more energy, for more extraction of oil and gas. So it's more than misleading. It's a lie. And the petroleum companies have really got all their lobbyists, with these, even Democrats, supporting carbon capture, utilization, and storage. And for those of us who have been following this for a while, by the way, the acronym used to be CCUS. They're dropping out the U. I think that's interesting. They don't want to talk about utilization. They want to talk about, we're pulling it out of the air, putting it in the ground. You'll be in better shape in terms of the climate. So it's very deceiving. But think about the money they're spending on something that won't work when we need money to build up wind and solar and transmission lines and battery storage, the things that really would work to help us decrease our emissions. So I ask you to, if you're interested in all of these issues, one place that's really good is Food and Water Watch. They also have Food and Water Action. One is 501c3, the other is 501c4. But if you get them to send their e-blasts to you, you will be able to follow this information on the oil pipelines, the gas pipelines, and the carbon dioxide pipeline. And the other thing I just want to mention quickly is that Manchin has what I try to call just the horror bill that he was promised if he would sign the big legislation that Biden wanted him to sign, which he did. But his horror bill was attached to a budget must-pass bill a few weeks ago, and he had to pull it out because the Republicans were so mad at him for signing the infrastructure bill that they wouldn't vote for his bill. So he ended up pulling it out of that budget bill. But I heard last night from a pretty reputable source that he is now attaching it to yet another spending bill. So we need to follow anything you pick up that has Manchin's name in it, read it, because it's bad, and you need to call your rep and say, hey, do not let this get passed in a must-pass bill. Make it get put up as a standalone bill because they think they can defeat it if it's done that way. So I want to thank you for listening to me, and I'm going to pass it to the next co-sponsor.